What's up, guys? Today's video is on the top 5 best thermal pastes in 2022. Through extensive research and testing, I've put together a list of options that'll meet the needs of different types of buyers. So, whether it's price, performance, or its particular use, we've got you covered. For more information on the products, I've included links in the description box down below, which are updated for the best prices. Like the video, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Now let's get started. We'll kick things off with Thermal Grizzly Conductonaut, also known as the best liquid metal thermal paste available on the market in 2022. We're looking at a high-performance liquid metal thermal paste designed for jobs requiring very high efficiency. This product is recommended for experienced users looking for maximum performance. It is perhaps the most sought-after liquid metal thermal paste today. According to the brand, it's capable of lowering the component temperature by up to 8 degrees compared to high-performance TIM. It has high thermal conductivity, and the application is simple. It ensures that it'll deal effectively with overclocking. For best performance, use with a liquid cooling system is recommended, but it also works well with air coolers. Since this product contains gallium, it is important to keep it away from aluminum parts. Contact with electrical charge should be avoided as the mixture is conductive. For example, this is the best type of thermal paste for use with laptops and consoles where the processor is exposed without IHS. If we use it directly between the IHS and the cooler, we can expect an improvement of about 3 to 4 degrees compared to normal thermal pastes. Thanks to the design with a very practical syringe, you will very easily apply the paste to the desired parts, be it GPU cooling, CPU cooler, or ribbed plates, specially designed for heat dissipation. Also, Thermal Grizzly Conductonaut boasts excellent stability and high thermal conductivity even with long-term use. This product boasts wide compatibility, not only with parts of laptops and computers, but also with many consoles. Lower temperatures allow you to further overclock your CPU and/or GPU for better performance. This paste is definitely recommended for those who really want to bring performance to its limits. Thermal Grizzly Conductonaut liquid metal thermal compound has a very thin, liquid consistency and is applied to an integrated heat exchanger in the CPU with a syringe delivery system and a capillary needle applicator tip. Excess material can be removed with a special removal tip, pulling the syringe plunger back to remove excess liquid metal. Good stuff, a thumbs up from here. If you want to save some money and still get a product of decent quality, we especially single out Arctic Silver 5, the best budget thermal paste on the market in 2022. This product is the culmination of the first silver-based thermal paste formula from Arctic Cooling. What distinguishes Arctic Silver from other thermal pastes that use this feature is a balanced and versatile formula with very satisfactory performance. Arctic Silver 5 relies on the unification of silver, but not only that. Although the thermal conductivity properties of silver are satisfactory, they are competitive with other technologies in this price range only when combined with aluminum and zinc oxide. Instead of a silicone base, this thermal paste is based on a polysynthetic oil base with neutral properties. On paper, we have a good trade-off between carbon base and liquid metal in terms of performance and electrical conductivity ratio. It's a pretty comfortable balance that the Arctic Silver 5 should make suitable for most people. If Arctic Silver 5 is very non-conductive, caution is still needed. It can still cause short-circuit problems if it comes into contact with the motherboard circuit. Fortunately, the syringe is quite precise. For greater safety, if you're not used to this type of manipulation, we prefer to place one point in the center the size of a pea. Other configurations can overflow more if you put too much. The performance of the Arctic Silver 5 is very satisfactory in this price range. Its heat dissipation potential is the best you can find in this price range, and you can expect the GPU temperature to drop by a few degrees when overclocking. The only drawback of this formula is that the healing time is quite long. It's delayed before it reaches maximum efficiency. This is a recurring problem with silver-based thermal pastes, and it's even more noticeable with Silver 5. It takes 2 weeks to 2 months, depending on the use of your CPU. On the other hand, it's also a silver blend with the best performance stability over time, which helps it to be ranked first in its budget thermal paste category. For the listed price, we are thoroughly impressed. The next product we'll analyze in our list of reviews is the Noctua NT-H2, the best value thermal paste available on the market in 2022. This product takes the DNA of its predecessor and applies changes to its chemical composition. Of course, the goal is to be more efficient in different areas. The manufacturer points out lower heat resistance and reduced final joint thickness. The Noctua NT-H2 is not intended for a specific use or a specific cooling system. With this device, the company doesn't go into too much detail. We learned that it uses a new mixture of metal oxide microparticles. The color is gray, while the recommended shelf life is 3 years, and the usage time on the processor is 5 years. It comes with a fairly wide range of operating temperatures from -50 degrees Celsius to +200 degrees Celsius, which is very convenient. It's available in a 3.5-gram syringe edition like its predecessor, the NT-H2. The package includes 3 cleaning wipes. Finally, the company states that the NT-H2 does not need to be manually expanded before installing the cooler. It's enough to apply 1 or more small drops of the processor according to the size. On this topic, the package includes a small guide with explanations on how to apply the thermal paste before installing the cooler. The NT-H2 paste is denser and is able to withstand higher temperatures up to 200 degrees Celsius versus only 110 degrees Celsius for NT-H2. You should also know that you can use this thermal paste on copper or aluminum surfaces, nickel-plated or not, without any risk. This paste is neither corrosive nor conductive. All in all, it's possible to get between 1 and 2 degrees Celsius, depending on the configuration and whether overclocking is present or not. For the listed price, you can't beat this one. Up next, we present to you the silver medal and the title of the runner-up best thermal paste available on the market in 2022, the Arctic MX5. This model marks the follow-up to the famous MX4 paste, which is often mentioned as a reference for equipment for heating. Dedicated to gaming configurations or overclocking, will the new MX5 revolutionize cooling again like the MX4 did a few years ago? The MX5 thermal paste has been identified by Arctic as a newly developed high-performance paste. It has a number of thermal properties which guarantee reliable heat dissipation for long periods, since a minimum resistance for a period of 8 years is guaranteed. Like all Arctic thermal pastes, the MX5 is completely metal-free. In fact, since MX5 is neither conductive nor condensable, its use is particularly safe. The possibility of short circuits, damage due to corrosion or discharge is completely eliminated. No more cold sweat when the thermal paste was poured on certain components and where everything had to be cleaned with great care to avoid a short circuit and therefore burned the motherboard, for example. Due to the high thermal conductivity and therefore very low thermal resistance, this thermal paste should contribute to improving the life and performance of its processor. It can be used on all types of processors and GPUs, whether in computers, laptops, or game consoles. Finally, this MX5 thermal paste can also be recommended for residual current high heat integrated circuits and power semiconductor devices. The paste is also very pleasant to apply and comes out of the tube without difficulty. The Arctic MX5 is available to customers in sizes from 2 to 50 grams to suit the needs of each user individually. Also, the package can always be easily closed again after opening, which will avoid drying the thermal paste. This is a quality product, and all we can do is recommend it. Finally, after all the carefully summarized reviews, opinions, and experiences, we have come to the unanimous conclusion that Thermal Grizzly Kryonaut is the best overall thermal paste available on the market in 2022. Whether with CPU or GPU, and regardless of the cooling system used, Thermal Grizzly Kryonaut stood out as one of the best performance options during various tests. Efficient and easy to use, this thermal paste is completely silicone-free and absolutely non-conductive from an electrical point of view. Many experts say that the thermal paste Thermal Grizzly Kryonaut 12.5 volt is a reference point among professionals and enthusiasts of PC games. This product owes its enormous thermal conductivity to a special composition based on carbon microparticles. Mainly for this reason, it dissipates heat from the CPU or GPU with the highest efficiency. A small sample the size of a pea is enough, and there's no need to spread it before installing the cooler. If you plan to take your processor to the extreme by overclocking, Thermal Grizzly Kryonaut thermal paste comes first in terms of cooling performance. Thanks to its thermal conductivity, this product is able to provide maximum heat transfer between the CPU and heatsink. This thermal paste uses a special structure that stops the drying process at temperatures up to 80 degrees Celsius. One tube contains 1 gram of paste that can be used for 3 or 4 applications. Also, it can be used equally well for both CPU and GPU overclocking. Thermal Grizzly Kryonaut even manages to master some of the most popular thermal compounds favored by overclockers around the world. Its temperature ranges from -150 Celsius to over 200 degrees Celsius. Thermal Grizzly Kryonaut helps to correct fine roughness on processor surfaces. It also detaches easily. All you need is a dry cloth or damp-absorbent paper. No need for alcohol here. Among other things, users highlight that Thermal Grizzly Kryonaut promises good heat dispersion thanks to carbon particles. Its operation in 2D is after 30 minutes, and it's equipped with a very practical polishing cloth. Overall, this product delivers premium performance at the best possible price-quality ratio. You wanted the best, you got it. So that's it for the best electric bikes of 2022. Like, comment, and subscribe to receive the notification about our latest videos.